What is up, YouTube? Guess what? It's Monday night Jibber Jabber with me, Vincent McLean, the comic machine. You guys, I'm super happy to do this again. Boy, do I love going live and doing my own live show, live stream, StreamYards. I got my coffee because, that's how us Dallas people say coffee is coffee. I got an unboxing we're going to do here today. We're going to do that here at some point. Very excited. Can't wait to open it up. I'm getting closer to finishing getting closer to, doing stuff and things. I'm super happy that came in because that particular book was hella hard to find. At a decent price, I would say. But tonight is all about Hellboy. I'm talking about Hellboy, one of my favorite characters. And yeah, Hellboy. So I just kind of figured, since last week I did Spawn, going to kind of stick with supernatural-ish kind of characters and whatnot. Just kind of stay in that realm a little bit, I guess. And Hellboy is as supernatural as you could possibly get. His whole story and background is really cool and unique. I like the universe that Mr. Mike Mignola put together to bring us Hellboy and the characters and all the folk tales and all those super cool what do you call those? What are those stories? Them old timey stories. I can't remember what the word. Yeah, folktale, I guess you could say. Kind of thingamajiggies or whatnot. But yeah, so I'm real excited because man, so great. I'll tell you what. Whenever I start collecting books, comic books, I wanted to get me Hellboy books right off the bat as soon as possible. I don't know why, but I just liked it. I like the art, and it just really kind of sold me. As far as the comic books that I wanted to actually pick up and collect, those were the things that I wanted to get out the gate. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be talking about. And I've actually downsized a lot of my collection overall. So I traded up a good portion of the Hellboy comics and runs that I had. I kept the important ones, and I was kind of thinking about that the other day. I was like, man, you know what? I should actually maybe try to finish out a couple of the series I have, and maybe get a couple of the other ones back. But yeah. All right, what's up? Yo, what's up, Tapia's family? Comics, Untitled Comics. What is up? How you doing, bro? Thanks for stopping by. Yes, you do. I got it over here. The unboxing will happen here in a minute, man. You only own one Hellboy. Hey, that's pretty awesome. Which one do you got? Because I've got two, and I've got a bunch of graphic novels over there. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, do I really have 5? Wow. Yeah, so I've actually got 5 trade paperbacks over there. I actually have almost as many Hellboys as I do Marvel trade paperbacks. If that goes to show how much I like Hellboy. Yeah. Big fan of Hellboy. Love it. But I think as far as the character, I think I've only got 2 left. Yeah, I think I only have 2 Hellboy comics left. Where is it? Let's see. Oh, no, it's with the J. That's what it is. Yeah. No, I've only got 2 Hellboy comics left in my collection. I traded up for a lot of the other ones that I had. Yeah. So I'll show that here in just a second. But yeah, guys, if you're looking for a unique character and a unique genre, I would always suggest Hellboy, especially if you like dark stuff, and you like dark storytelling and just kind of like that gruffy kind of like dry wit. Because I feel like Hellboy was written to have like some dry wit kind of thing. And to be honest, Ron Perlman, the actor, pretty much like did like an excellent job of portraying Hellboy in his 2 movies, having kind of that dry wit kind of thing to it. And I think that's a really good comparison to show that, bringing the character from the books into the main realm of, IRL. So I would definitely say that is like a really good like correlation, I guess you could say. So Grace Carlson, thanks for stopping by. So I'm super thrilled to be able to do this. Super thrilled. Like I said, I got my coffee. Just trying to like stay awake. I feel old. Like if I'm having to drink coffee to stay awake, I feel old, but I don't. Like coffee's just delicious. So let's get into it. I'm going to go ahead and do a dealio here. All right. So just to show you guys which Hellboy books I actually own, I'm going to bring this out a little bit. So the big one. All right. So Seed of Destruction, number 1 of 4. This is actually a 4-issue series. 1 of 4. It says 1 of 2, but it's actually 1 of 4. This is where you get major first appearances. So you get Abe Sapien, Liz Sherman, and Rasputin. Those are the major first appearances of this particular book here. Oh, hey, kitty. And this is kind of like his origin story too, pretty much for the most part, if I remember correctly. And also, this is the storyline that was utilized for the Ron Perlman first Hellboy movie. That's kind of where this also came from. This is a great book. I think I picked this one up, and it's in probably like a very fine to near mint minus, somewhere around in there. And I think I picked it up for like $8, $10, $12, somewhere in there, which is actually really good. So this is definitely a story and series that I would very much suggest. This is like the big one. This is like one of the big ones that you want to pick up. And of course, if you're a true Hellboy fan, not to say that, like, don't get it twisted. Like, if you like Hellboy and you don't have this next book, doesn't mean that you're not a real Hellboy fan. That's not what I mean. What I mean is like, how like people are all big into Spider-Man. They always want to go after that AF-15 or, the Amazing Spider-Man #1. They want to have that big book, right? So if you are that type of person where you want to get the big book for a character that really brings them into the comic book world, then this next book right here is the one that you want to go after because it is the big book. All right. So here we go. John Byrne's The X-Men, number 21. The first appearance of Hellboy in color. In color. And I don't have my copy out at the moment. It's over there in the cabinet. I have mine graded at a 8.5. So if we look down here, we scroll down right here, 8.5. I got mine graded, and it looks gorgeous. I love it. It's great. This book right here, guys. This was the second biggest purchase I did for a comic book. I think I paid $85 for this book raw. And I was able to get it before the newest Hellboy movie that came out, Hellboy 2019. I was able to get it before that. So it wasn't like getting like overly inflated or anything like that in anticipation of the movie. But this was a big book for me to be able to pick that up. And I am super happy that I was able to actually get it at the deal I got when I got it. That's the book. Like, if you're a Hellboy fan, you know about this book. There's other first appearances, true first appearances of Hellboy, but they're not in the rendition that we know Hellboy to be, which is his red skin, his shaved down horns, his bulk. He's bugging me. He won't stop trying to get pets. Where was I? Oh yeah. Like this is the book that a Hellboy fan is going to want to get. It's not like overly rare or hard to find. But it is one of those where if you find it and you don't have it, try to see what you can do to work a price out, because you're going to want to get it. Hey man, I'm glad you agree with that. I feel like Hellboy is like one of those characters that people know of but don't know. If anybody is a hip hop rap enthusiast, 3-6 Mafia, their best album they ever made was called The Most Known Unknowns. I like to steal that upon occasion and use it for comic books to show like the most known unknowns, and Hellboy is one of those characters, because people are kind of familiar with it, but they're not really entirely familiar with it. And especially when it comes to trying to find the books that are the keys that are, that matter the most, pretty much. So that's where this Next Men right here, Next Men 21, first appearance of Hellboy in color. First full appearance of Hellboy in color. They sometimes got those, different language there, cameo, first appearance, first full appearance, but this is the book right here. All right, so moving on. All right, so the next thing I got is we're going to look on the comics price guide here. Actually been a long time since I've looked on the comics price guide. But just to kind of show the difference between Hellboy and like other comics, okay? So, oh snap, here we go. Whoa. 3-6 Mafia's dope rap group. Yeah, well before yeah, definitely. Man, I still jam them all the time. Yo, for sure. One of my favorite rap groups, definitely. All right, so Hellboy and Mike Mignola, like the way that he does his books is very different. Is very different from like a regular title series, like a Marvel series or a DC series or even an independent series. They're very different. Like the way that he puts out the books. So he does like mini series, or he does like a 6-part, 8-part, 10-part, and then that's it. I don't know how much of a continuing series he has with like the BPRD, mostly because I don't collect BPRD. That's just not what I'm super interested into. I'm more interested in Hellboy, and BPRD is trying to bring a whole bunch of these other characters to show like they're doing their paranormal investigation, which maybe at one point I'll find something that I'm interested in and try to collect like some of those runs or whatnot. But with Hellboy, it's more of like a mini series, like a short issue series, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10 issues. And that's pretty much it. So when we go on to Go Collect, all right. So if you were to say, search for, let's just say Amazing Spider-Man. Let's just keep it simple. Okay. So if you were to search for Amazing Spider-Man, all right, and you do search series, then you'd be able to find volume 1, volume 2, wherever the volume 2 is. Wait, that's annual. Where's volume 2? I don't think they have it listed. Okay, just to kind of go show, like, there's 4 pages worth of Amazing Spider-Man, right? But like, for the most part, volume 1, 657 issues. Okay, like, that's a continuing run. When you look up for Hellboy and you go to search series, it's very different. So you get a lot of one shots. Okay, so Hellboy in Mexico is only 1 issue. Hellboy being human is 1 issue. Darkness Calls is one of the big like story runs. It's 6 issues. Seed of Destruction, like I said, is 4 issues. The Fury 3, Golden Army 2, which is based off of the second movie. The Storm. So if you're in the Storm, each issue is 3 issues, but they go together. The Wild Hunt is a full 8 issues. So it's a little bit different. So you have to kind of know what you're looking for when you're trying to find key books for Hellboy. Okay. So it's always good to use multiple websites to find what you're looking for, to see if there's any specific like key appearances or specific titles or anything like that. So we'll go over the comics price guide and see if I can find. We'll just do Seed of Destruction just to keep it real simple here. Yeah, I know I could probably just like enter it in and it might turn up faster, and I might have to do that if I don't find it here soon. So the Conqueror Worm is actually a really good story. I actually really enjoyed that. I actually did get that entire run. Like I said, like I end up getting a lot of my runs of Hellboys out. So this is interesting. So where it shows here on the comics price guide, so it doesn't actually put down the info for the first appearances. So like I said, Sea Destruction is the first appearance of Abe Sapien, Liz Sherman, and Rasputin, but it doesn't have it listed here. And also it doesn't have it listed on the comic Go Collect either. So trying to get that information can be difficult sometimes, but it can be done. Let's see what it says on eBay here, okay? Sometimes they'll have it on here. So, man, I'm like really falling behind here. Okay, here we go. So look at this graded copy. Since I don't have graded copy, so we're just gonna have to go off of this. Okay, so there you go. Sea Destruction #1, Dark Horse. First Hellboy in his own title, origin of Monkey Man and O'Brien, and backup story of Art Adams. And yet they don't have on there the other first full appearance of Abe Sapien and Liz Sherman and stuff like that. So it is kind of a bummer that they don't have that on there. Even though, I mean, they do have it listed as first Hellboy in his own title, origin of Monkey Man and O'Brien, and backup story. But like, there's actually other significant stuff in there. So it's important to try to kind of find other people in the community that are aware of that. If you guys didn't already know, oh snap, here we go. Comic Burrito. Hey, thanks for stopping by, brother. So for those of you that may or may not have known, Comic Tom 101 is probably the biggest Hellboy fanboy in the comic book community. He's got Hellboy tattooed on him. And if that doesn't say anything, then I don't know what else does. I actually sent him a DM on Instagram, see if he wanted to hop on and hang out and talk Hellboy, fully thinking that he wasn't even going to see it, but he did respond to me. So I don't know if he'll end up stopping by. I'm not going to try to keep anybody's hopes up, but I will say that it was really cool for him to actually respond back to me. You know, it's like Comic Tom's like he's like one of the big reasons why I got into it. So I thought it'd be kind of nice to send him the invite, see if he wanted to shoot the shit here on the Monday Night Jibber Jabber. Comic Burrito, haven't any Hellboy, but was sorting comics and figured I'd drop in and say, hey, man, thanks for stopping by. Like, the tangents do roll out. So, like, I'll be talking Hellboy comics. We'll probably end up getting into the movies here in a minute. And then we'll probably end up ranting about something else. So you are in the right place if you want to be here to Jibber Jabber, because that's what it is. What's up, Greg? Beard Comic Bro, thanks for stopping by, man. Appreciate it. Yeah. Weird. I am everywhere. That's not creepy at all. But I wouldn't have it any other way. Beard Comic Bro, you got some awesome stuff dropping. I'm a little bit behind, but I see you're doing some other weird stuff with like independent titles. So I'm gonna end up watching that because I'm interested in independent stuff. So yeah, I'm gonna check all your stuff out here soon enough. Your face is on my Batman box. You guys are hilarious. So yeah, definitely. If I was to rank Comic Burrito, this is for you. If I was to rank Hellboy stories that you should check out, I would definitely put Seed of Destruction at the top. Okay? Seed of Destruction at the top. The next one that I'd probably put up there would probably be Darkness Calls. Darkness Calls is really good. I would put The Wild Hunt up there as well. Mostly because if you watched the newest Hellboy movie, the one that came out in 2019, which, by the way, is actually really good. A lot of hate came down from it, but I've actually enjoyed it. It's very different from the Ron Perlman Hellboy in Hellboy the Golden Army, but I enjoyed it. I liked it. The couple times that I went back through and rewatched it, I actually enjoyed it more from rewatching it. But that movie takes place from the Wild Hunt Hellboy comic series. It's 8 issues. I would suggest that one too as well. And then I'd actually probably put Wake the Devil. Wake the Devil. Those are like the big ones. Those are like the big 4 that I would put up there. Other ones that you could pick up after that would probably be The Conqueror Worm. And then I would put Hellboy in Hell. Hellboy in Hell was really good. I have the trade paperback of that. That's a really good story. And it's almost kind of like what is that epic? That super old poet epic where he goes through the 9 realms of hell. It's kind of similar like that in a way, because Hellboy goes from like one thing to another to another to another. And he's being led by a soul that's in hell, and he's taking him through all these places to kind of show like what's going on and what's happened and why it's important that he's there and what's changed now that he's there. It's actually really good. What the heck? I'm trying to remember what that epic is called. Dante's Inferno. There we go. So Dante like has like a vision or a dream, and Virgil is taking him through hell. Well, Hellboy in Hell is kind of like a similar thing. Like he doesn't like go through like the 9 realms of hell as depicted in Dante's Inferno, but he does go through like passages and like different things and like different trials. And it's actually a really good story. It's really good. I really like it a lot. Greg, you have a Hellboy beer in your fridge? What? What is this witchery? You look up this here right now. They're like a beer box set. Is that what this is? I'm looking on brewpublic.com. Holy shit. Gigantic Brewing releases limited edition Hellboy beer box set. Dude, that looks fucking delicious. Is that what you have? Is that the same thing? Please tell me that you have a beer box set. How the fuck do I get this? Oh my god, that looks delicious. I wish I had that. I'd like to try that. Ooh, the Hellboy one is a maple syrup pancake beer. It changes colors. What? That's some supernaturally scary shit. That's awesome. I would try that. That would be tasty as hell. That would be tasty as hell, without a doubt. How does it change colors? Like, does the liquid or the bottle? You have the aqua label one. Wait, hold on. I closed the shit. Where? How long have you had it? Okay, so if you have the aqua label one, I'm gonna assume that's probably the Johann Kraus or the Abe Sapien one. Probably the Abe Sapien one because it's indigo blue fruit ale. Damn, you've had it for a year? And it came in the box set? Like the hella nice box set? Like, does it look like this? Like this whole thing right here? Dude, that looks so cool. I want to know how to get this. I don't know if it's available anymore. You got it at a craft beer store. Huh. Like Total Wine? Just in one bottle. Okay. Okay. I'm going to have to look this up. I'm going to have to look up any type of like Hellboy beer because I didn't know they did that. Because that would be pretty cool to taste and drink. Man, I'd like to have that collector's box. That thing is sick. It looks cool. And looks delicious. But I don't have beer today. I've got coffee. All right. So, like, just to kind of put it in a little bit perspective for you guys, I've really considered getting me a badass Hellboy tattoo at one point. The tattoo that I wanted to get was the BPRD symbol with his fist. Let me pull it up. Like I wanted to get get it to where it kind of looked like stony, kind of like his hand, like Hellboy's hand, but like stony. Where is it? I'm trying to find like a good one. It wouldn't be in red. I wouldn't get it done in red. I would have gotten it done in black and white probably. But I'd want it to kind of look like his hand. So like, you know, Hellboy's hand is like all stone-like looking, but I was wanting to get the symbol like a stone kind of stonework. But I elected to not get a comic book character tattoo. Excuse me, because I have a grand plan for the entire body to be full Japanese traditional bodysuit. Like that's like the life goal. Long-term, super fucking long-term life goal. So unfortunately, I'm not going to get the Hellboy tattoo, even though I really wanted to because it's a sick symbol. But yeah. You have a Centennial Ale. Well, you should drink that. You can't let it go to waste. Like beer will go bad eventually. But that's pretty awesome. When you open it up, and the air hits it, it slowly changes from blue to green or vice versa. Don't remember. That's kind of cool and kind of creepy. And if you think about it, kind of gross. Maybe. But I'd still drink it because it's a Hellboy beer. That's pretty sweet. So, also, for you guys, if you didn't already know, the BPRD stands for Bureau for Paranormal Research and Defense. That is the group that focuses on saving the world from all the things that go bump in the night. Yes, I literally stole that from the movie, but it's also from the book, so I don't care. So if you guys didn't know that, that's kind of like how like Mike Mignola like developed his like universe for the Hellboy. So he just kind of decided to like take all those really old time folklore stories and just bring it into like a more forefront kind of like platform ish kind of thing, I guess. I don't know. But that's like one of the big things I really liked about it. And I really like about Hellboy. So one of my favorite stories is the Hellboy the Wild Hunt. And it's really cool because like you end up finding out that Hellboy is actually the rightful heir and king of Great Britain, which is kind of cool. That means he can like pull the sword out of the stone, pull Excalibur out, and he is the rightful heir to rule Great Britain because his mother was a human, and then she ended up selling her soul to his father, a demon in hell, like a greater demon in hell, and then he like sucked her down into hell and then married her and then had his way with her, and then Hellboy popped out. And then when he popped out, he chopped his son's right arm off. He just was like, whoosh, you don't need that there anymore. And then he stuck that giant stone gauntlet hand on him. That's kind of messed up. That's like dark and gruesome. Like, yeah. And then right when that all happened, so like if you think about the timeline, so like whenever Rasputin was on the Scottish island and he was working for the Nazis and they're trying to bring about the end of the world with the Orjud Jihad. That's such an awkward thing to say. I think I said it right. Orjud. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's so hard to say. Where is it? But anyways, Rasputin is over there trying to summon them, which are like the 7 like death dragons or demon dragons or something like that. I'm about to look it up here in just a second. But like while they're doing that, then like because like when you're in hell, like time like stops, like it doesn't exist, like it's not there. So everything's slower. So like all the time that's going on, and then Rasputin's doing his whole spell thingy, and he ends up summoning Hellboy onto Earth, like right after he was born, and then had his new hand put on, and just bloop, just like whoosh. Time is crazy. Like that's literally how it ended up coming about. It's so crazy. And then of course, you know, we're not wanting the Nazis to win, so the United States Marines are there trying to stop Rasputin, trying to do what he's doing in the Nazis. And you got Professor Broomhole. He's there as the BPRD specialist, supernatural specialist, and they witness Hellboy bloop, pop through. And then instead of killing him or letting the Marines kill him, he takes him as his own, as his son, to raise him to be like a good guy. And he is a good guy. Hellboy's like Spock, if you think about it. Hellboy's like Spock from Star Trek, because you got one side of Hellboy, a demon, just like you got Spock, one side is Vulcan. but they both are human. They're both half human. So like Hellboy's not really truly evil. And because of that, and with his upbringing with Professor Broom, he raised him to be a good person. And so he has a good heart. And so he's like the perfect, he's like he's able to really determine good from bad and be able to judge that pretty well based on who he is, how he was brought up, and all that kind of good stuff. But that also makes it hard for him, especially like that's shown especially in like the Hellboy Golden Army movie with Ron Perlman, where he goes to kill that giant tree being thingy, and the bad guy's like, that is the last of his species, and he's like, you are a monster, he's a monster, are you willing to kind of like kill the same thing? And it's like, well, he's like trying to bring the destruction upon just like Earth, and like we can't just like let innocent people die, so he has to take him out. Like he's like very much stuck between rocks and hard places because of who he is and how he feels being an outcast and being different, but he's also part human. So it's that internal struggle that he has. And when he's surrounded by everybody else around him, Liz Sherman, Abe Sapien, which is his best friend, Professor Broom, and a whole host of other characters, like it just makes him such a great character. You can really relate to him. You can tell he's an outcast and he's doing what he can to kind of fit in. And it just is a very likable character. And because of all those things, he is identified as the world's greatest paranormal investigator. That's who Hellboy is. It's awesome. I love the character. Character's awesome. And another big thing that I really like about Mike Mignola and his Hellboy series and just all the artwork he does is there is a lot of like I said, like folklore stuff in there, and there he takes place like a lot of the stories takes place during the 1940s 50s, so you get all the Nazis and all that kind of stuff. That's all really interesting. You get witches, pulp magazines, vintage adventure, like King Arthur and all that kind of good stuff. When you find out that he's actually the rightful king of England, and also you get like Lovecraftian horror. So I'm a huge HP Lovecraft. Like I really like the whole Cthulhu universe. I like HP Lovecraft stories. I've read the Call of Cthulhu. That's a great story. It's kind of hard to get into because like if you haven't read it before, and you're like, for me, I have to really focus on reading a book like without pictures, like comics, because like if it doesn't grasp me to where I can understand the viewpoint at which the writer is writing the story, then it's kind of hard for me to figure out what's going on. So Call of Cthulhu was kind of hard at first for me to read, but eventually I was able to figure it out. But like with like all the old ones and the creatures and like all the Lovecraftian stuff, that's another thing that draws me to Mike Mignola's universe with Hellboy and stuff like that. Definitely has horror fiction in there too as well. Horror fiction is awesome. I really like that. Same with like Stephen King and stuff like that. So like in case you guys didn't know, Spawn Gunslinger, Todd McFarlane, the Dark Tower series, the Gunslinger, big inspiration there too. So that's another big deal. Another huge reason why I like these characters. So, but yeah, like awesome. It's just a great story. And like the movies are awesome. If you guys didn't already know, the movies are awesome. I've actually got multiple pops. So, I think I can do it. I think I can. All right, cool. So I've actually got 2 pops. Oh no, one of them's kind of like really far down. You guys aren't gonna be able to see it. But one of the pops that I can actually get to is one of my favorite Hellboy pops. So this is the Hellboy pop where he's got his gun. And then the other one I have down here that you can't see is the one where he's holding his sword and he's got his eye poked out. I've got that one. Those are my two favorite Hellboy pops. Okay, please don't fall over. Okay, good. Thank you. And then, of course, since, you know, the new Hellboy movie came out, they had another pop. Came out. So with David Harbour, this Hellboy, it's actually really nice. I actually really like it. It's really cool. So those are the two pops that I have. I really want to get, at some point, I want to get the Hellboy chase where his horns are actually turned out, because Hellboy keeps them filed down to kind of fit in, so he's not actually like showing it out. So, but yeah, those are the other Hellboy pops I want to get. So before we get into any more Hellboy here stuff, I'm going to go ahead and do this unboxing, guys. Let me get my knife out here. All right. I'm super. This book better be in good condition. I'll tell you what. If it's not in good condition, I'm going to be pissed. But yeah, this came in today. And since tomorrow's Tuesday, we got DC stuff coming out on Tuesdays. So this is going to go real well with another one of those books that's going to be coming out tomorrow. Oh, no, not the microphone. Okay, here we go. Keep your Gemini mailers just in case. You know, you never know when you'll need another one. Sweet. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Now, this book was really kind of hard to find. Like, just like out in the wild, I guess you could say. Because I didn't really know what I was going to do, because I really wanted to get all of these covers. Whew. Let me peel this sticker off here, so the book isn't being distracting with stickers and prices. I'll tell you what, I paid $20 for this book, and this book easily goes for $30. And it's because it's like the super awesome special variant. Oh, man. It looks good. Here, screw it. I'll just leave it on. Okay. All right. Let me look at it. It looks good. Corners look good. Color looks good. Here we go, guys. Whoa, yeah. Look at that. Dark Knight's Death Metal. Number 2. Number 2? Yeah, number 2. This book is so cool. I am super happy to finally have this in the PC, because I want to get all of these variant covers. These are the 1-in-25 ratios, guys. I'm a huge metal fan, like a huge death metal, huge heavy metal. And I really like the fact that they're doing like these metal cover books a lot. I cannot wait to have all of these books in my possession, all 25, not 25, all the 1-in-25 variant ratios. So this brings me to 4. Now I've got 4 of these books. The 5th one comes out tomorrow because it's Tuesday. DC books come out on Tuesday now, which I didn't really know. But man, does that book look nice? It looks real clean. You got Wonder Woman. I don't know what kind of guitar she's supposed to be playing, because like it's kind of hard for me to tell from the Batman and this one, the Wonder Woman one, who's actually playing the bass. Superman is obviously playing a guitar. He's obviously playing a guitar. I almost kind of think Batman would be a bass guitar player, not like a guitar player. I feel like Batman would like rock a bass guitar like nobody's business. That's how I feel about it. but I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. But I got the other Dark Knight's Death Metal issue number 4, 1:25 ratio, and that one has the Flash playing the drums, which I'll be kind of honest, that one is not as striking as some of the other ones. I don't know. Like it just kind of has like an underwhelming feel to it compared to like the other 3 issues. But I'm super excited for Tuesday because the 1:25 ratio for that one is Aquaman. Yeah, that one's gonna be sweet. It's gonna look real cool. I'm kind of curious what they're gonna do for the other ones though. So, you know, they've done Flash, they've done Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. Are they actually going to do a Green Lantern one? Are they going to do a Cyborg one? Are they going to do a Swamp Thing one? Because Dark Knight Death Metal, like Swamp Thing is like all like burnt up, right? Like he's like all like hella burnt up, you know? But yeah. Hey, look who finally stopped by. What's up, brother? Congrats on your 300 giveaway. I'm kind of mad I didn't win, but that's okay. Congrats, bro. Thanks for stopping by. Yo, Adrian, look what I just got in. Look at this. The 1:25, Doug Mankey. I think that's how you say his name. I'm working on getting all of the metal covers. I'm super happy about that. That is awesome. Super hard to find. Not super hard, but yeah, kind of hard to find, I guess you could say. Maybe kind of hard to find. I don't know. But yeah. So, Adrian, since you're here, how much Hellboy do you know? Huh? How much Hellboy do you know? Here, we're just gonna make this easy. We're just gonna make this easy. Come on, jump in. Let's chit chat. Stop by. I'm getting dinged with messages here. Goodness gracious. Trying to do a live show, people. Holy shit. It's okay. I appreciate it. Oh, Lord. Oh, the memes. Gotta love Reddit. Hey, what's up, Mark Spector? Thanks for stopping by. How much Hellboy do you know? Mark Spector. How much Hellboy do you know? Because Adrian don't know shit. That's okay. I'm here to learn a thing. So I think one of the coolest things about Hellboy is like his powers and abilities, honestly. I mean, that's like the best part of any like comic book character, right? Is like the powers and abilities. So Hellboy is like super durable. Like Hellboy might be one of the most durable people out there. He does have a healing factor. It's not like Deadpool or Wolverine like level, but it's pretty insane. You watch the movie. Okay. Well, that's good. That's a great start. But which movies? Did you watch all the movies? Because there's 3 of them. You should watch all 3 of them. Hey, what's going on? Yeah, Comic Burrito, he did stop by finally. He wanted to come hang out with some other people other than Steve. I do like Steve's shtick where it's Team No Sleeves. I might have to jump on that at some point. I do like Steve's Team No Sleeves dealio. It's pretty sweet. I do like it a lot. Hellboy apparently possesses superhuman strength that exceeds the 1-ton base limit. So that's kind of cool. Hellboy can like lift over a ton easy. Damn, maybe the first one. Okay, so you saw Ron Perlman, right? So you seen the Ron Perlman one. Hellboy and the Golden Army is the second one. It's a little bit more campy, comedy driven. The second one is. First one is pretty dark. I would definitely say the first one's super dark. It's really good, but if you haven't seen the 2019 one, you should give it a try, because a lot of people that I know that aren't like big comic book people like we are, they've seen the Ron Perlman one, but they didn't like super enjoy it. But they saw the newest one, the 2019 one, and they really like that one. One of my best buds, Charles, he really likes the Hellboy 2019 one a lot. So you should check that one out if you haven't. I thought I saw somewhere in here. I want to see if they actually. I don't know if they're actually going to do sequels up to the 2019 one. I really wish they would, but it'd be sweet. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to do a sequel or trilogy. I really wish they would, because like the 2019 one was really great. I really liked it a lot. It was awesome. Oh, snap. What's up?
I got that Team No Sleeves today.
Yeah, looky there.
What's going on, man? I just wanted to come by and just say what's up real quick. Got to wake up the wife here in like 15 minutes. She's got work tonight, so been taking care of the kids. Just got off work not too long ago myself, so
just put a little whiskey in their sippy cups. They'll be good to go.
Right? Oh yeah, they don't even drink out of sippy cups anymore. My youngest is 8.
Hey, adults drink out of sippy cups.
That is true. I have not stopped.
Right. So I'm just saying. Hey, congrats on your 300, man.
Hey, I really appreciate that, man. I saw you jumped on last night. That was awesome. You know, it's just been amazing. This comic book community is just freaking amazing. I love it. There's nothing I wouldn't do for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I definitely agree with you on that, man. Hey, I'm not too far behind, man. I'm gonna catch up and surpass here sooner or later, eventually.
Yeah, you are.
But you got some pretty awesome content, bro. Hey, so okay, I think it might be time. Next Monday night, Jibber Jabber, TMNT. What do you say?
Ooh, okay. Oh, you want me to come on?
If you'd like to, but that's what the topic. I'm thinking the topic's going to end up being is TMNT, because there's a lot of TMNT to talk about.
There is. You know, I was thinking of you the other day too when I went and picked up my TMNT. God, I don't even know if it's even here.
Yeah, the 22.
Yeah, the 22. Jesus Christ, that thing is awesome.
Right?
That the back cover, I didn't even know that it even existed.
Well, I totally forgot about that back cover until Dustin tagged me in the Instagram post or whatever he did. And he was like, yo, do you notice this back cover on here? And I was like, oh yeah. Like, I think I did. I think I remembered. Yeah. It's a great book. I love that cover.
Awesome.
What's the condition look like on that one? Oh
man, it's fine to somewhat fine.
Yeah.
Teeter-tottering on good.
That's not bad. You paid $10 for that, right?
No, I paid so I got this. I got 22 for 10. I got 10 for 20, and I only ended up paying $16. My LCS was running a 25% off, and then I had some points that I could use with them, and so you know, ended up costing me nothing, really, almost less than the 10 that I was going to spend for number 10 or whatever. So
that's actually a pretty good deal, because I would say, like, if you but when you did the live stream and you say you end up getting a discount with like your spending cash like in the shop and stuff like that, and I saw the price tag you had for $10 on there, I kind of thought that was kind of high, because most of the volume 1 stuff is like pretty beat up.
Oh yeah.
And it's like super hard to find, because I paid $5 for mine, and it was like in a nice Mylar bag and everything, but dude, it's got spine ticks all up and down. It definitely could use a press, but it's got like good color pages still. So like it could definitely get a bump up if it was actually getting some TLC, like if I wanted to get it graded or anything. But I couldn't pass on the book. It just looked too cool. Like the colors are super vibrant, and then when you found out what it looks like on the back, you're like, oh snap, this is actually really sweet.
Yeah, absolutely a cover buy for me. I mean, it's just an awesome looking cover, from start to finish on that one. With Donatello yelling out just like that. I mean, it's just an awesome looking cover. So
yeah, whenever I was doing the video for that, and I was trying to figure out what I was going to do for my thumbnail, and I always have my wife double check my thumbnails, be like, "Is this a good picture? Does this look right? Does this look cool? Is this bad or no?" And then she was like, "Why don't you like make the same face as the cover?" And I was like, okay, so that's why my thumbnail looks the way it is, because I was trying to do the same face that Donnie was doing on the cover. So, but yeah, I'm thinking next week you're more than welcome to come on.
Okay.
I want to do Team NT. I'm going to send it out to a bunch of people, see who wants to come on and talk about Team NT, because there's a lot going on. There's a lot going on. And I watched Comic Tom's top 10 rising comics right now. And that TMNT Adventures #1 is at the top of the list.
Ooh, and I have one coming in from CGC. Like before that even blew up, I had made my submission video and I had no idea that book was even boiling at that point. And so I was just sending it in just because I love that, I love that cover. Having all 4 turtles plus April, it's just an iconic cover that they've done cover swipes on. And so plus it's also the first appearance of Krang, Bebop, and Rocksteady in comics.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a really, really cool comic to even just have slabbed. And as it's sitting there in CGC, all of a sudden I see the prices just go up and up and up. And I was just like, what happened? Like,
yeah. So like the thing that he was talking about in the video is a lot of people consider that in some respect as like the first appearance, because that is also the same book where they get their bandanas, where they get their face bandanas and their colors. So you've got all 4 of them with their bandanas, getting their identities. You got April on the cover. You got Splinter on the cover. First appearance of Bebop, Rocksteady, and Krang. So like a lot of people, and that's what they were saying in the video, is like the book you want to go after, considering how different like the Mirage original Laird and Eastman run is, and then you get the Adventures, which turns into a whole new thing. So that's kind of why that book is blowing up, because volume 1 is like so hard to find, and it's like real low print, and they're all beat up. And funny thing is, you remember when the Mainframe Comic-Con was going on like a few months back?
Over the summer, yeah.
Mm-hmm. They had a TMNT Adventures #1 for sale on the shop for $30. And I picked me up the copy they had for $30, bro.
Nice.
And it is nice. It's in pretty good condition. I'd probably say like a 9.2 to maybe a 9.6, maybe. But like the spine has no roll. The staples are right in the middle on the spine. It's like, oh, dude, I am like super happy that I have that book.
Get it cleaned, sent to CGC, because that's exactly what I did with mine. I saw mine. I won mine in a mystery box. It was one of the top hits inside the mystery box. World Travel Nerd. So shout out to World Travel Nerd. That dude has some amazing boxes, and he's always got some good stuff. I just had a box battle with my kids with the World Travel Nerd box, so that was pretty fun. But yeah, I won that TMNT Adventures #1 because I've never found it out in the wild. And so when I won it, it looked in such good condition. But in the video, when I talked about my submission, I was like, I don't want to hype it up too much. So I want to say it's going to be a 9.0 or better.
Mm-hmm.
But that thing looked to be at least a 9.4. Like,
yeah,
it looked really good. Like at the very least a 9.4. So on the video, I said 9.0 or higher or whatever, just because you don't want to be wrong. You say 9.4 and then all of a sudden you get an 8.5 and you're like, well,
yeah. It's like on mine, like the top left corner, kind of looks like it's got like a printer defect maybe or something, you know, it's got like a little bit like a, not like a tear, but not like a chip, you know, it's just like a little flake or something like going on up there. But yeah. And so like between that book and then I have the last issue of the TMNT Volume 1. I do have that number 62.
The
I
number
do.
62. Nice.
I have it. I actually picked that up off of Facebook auction for my local LCS, you know, back in March, April, somewhere around in there. And he was like, this is like hella low print. And like, that was around the time when Jabroni was doing all of his turtle stuff in anticipation for the Ronin and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, I got to get it no matter what. Like, I'm buying it. Low print TMNT, first issue, whatever. I'll pay $20 and it's pretty nice, dude. But it's that black cover, you know, like it's that black border all the way around. But man,
red lettering.
I really want to get that number 10 that you got because that's like second appearances is where it's at.
My hot list of things to get. Did I freeze?
No, you're good.
Did I? Okay. No, that number 7 is the origin of the Turtles, and then number 10 is the return of Shredder. So you know, issues 1 through 9 we don't see, or 2 through 9 we don't see Shredder because, of course, we know that he gets killed at the end of 1, or supposedly killed in number 1.
Right.
So.
Yeah. I've got like a giant list on my go collect, you know, my wish list for everything I'm trying to look for. And I think I want to try to get the first 10 issues. And yeah, that cover just looks so cool. Like seeing Shredder's like all like his whole armor being all shiny and stuff like that. Yeah, I really want to get that book.
And it's a wraparound cover too.
Oh, so that's sick.
The rest of his arm. Yeah. So it's just a sick cover all together. You know, him fighting Raphael and everything. And all the black and white is you can see some of the Foot Clan, and you can see April in the background and stuff like that. You can see the Turtles in the background and everything, but the two that are in color are Shredder and Raphael, and so that's really cool.
Yeah. Man, I really, you know, I might, dude, these turtle prices are getting insane, dude. I'm looking on eBay right now. 4th print for TMNT number 1, lowest price I see right now is $110. Dude,
jeez. You know, I got A-OK with that 4th print that I have. It was crazy. Thank you so much to Rob Boswell, man. You know, I've been talking to Rob, and we talk all the time about turtle teeth because he can't stand turtle teeth. Like when they grit their yeah. And so we talk all the time about that. And so he knew I was a big TMNT fan, and he just sent me pretty much every TMNT book he had. He's just not into it. And so he wrote me a letter saying that I'm really glad that they're going to a good home and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, these are definitely staying in the PC. I sell comic books here and there.
Right.
Not once have I sold a single TMNT book, you know?
Yeah.
And I think that's just par for the year. I don't think I'm ever going to sell a single TMNT book. So
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to sell any of it either, but yeah, I am very much trying to get my TMNT comic book game up, and that's like one of the big focus. But it's like it's hard to find those books out in the wild, man. It really is. There's only like a couple places I can actually go look. But yeah, so
yeah, there's only a couple places locally here that I can look, and they don't even have them. It's my local comic shop that just so happened to have a guy that just dumped all of his TMNT stuff. So all these first run TMNT books that I'm finding is from that one guy that dropped it off in like May or June.
Wow.
And he dropped
that's
it
crazy.
Off and yeah.
That's crazy. So next week, Monday night, Jibber Jabber. I'm going to do TMNT. So I'll send you the invite. You're welcome to jump on whenever you can.
Yeah,
You got to be
absolutely.
there. So, but since today is all about Hellboy, what Hellboy do you have? What do you know about Hellboy?
Um, I know I really like Hellboy from the movies, the Ron Perlman ones. The new one with Hopper, the guy from Stranger Things, that
Yep, David
wasn't
Harbour.
bad, but there was something to it that just didn't make it feel like it was that good of a movie. The visual effects were really cool, like when he came out with his horns with the floating crown to it. That was really cool, and he had the sword. But the storyline just didn't grab me. You know,
Yeah, that
so
happened to my wife too. She was kind of like when we first saw it in theaters. I was completely enthralled with it because I'm that huge of a Hellboy fan. But I
uh,
will say, like, give it like another try. Give it like another try and see what you think about it.
okay,
Because I kind of had a similar, I had like a kind of similar thing because the Ron Perlman movies were so great. Like
oh, they
your
were
your
amazing.
expectation is through the roof because of those, right? But
Yeah.
because it's been around for so long and we've seen those, it's like kind of like a bit of a breath of fresh air with the new one that came out. So
Okay.
I would say kind of give it a little bit more. Like you kind of can, forego some of the faults that it has because of like
Uh,
the overall experience that it gives you.
okay.
But yeah.
Yeah, but the Ron Perlman was pretty much all that I had experience with. So from that, I've tried entering raffles where I could win a Nextman comic.
Whew.
Uh, I think a Nextman 3 or something like that. Which I hear is a really good comic. I never knew, but I just wanted to enter the raffle because the cover just looked really cool. Like Mike Mignola is just he's amazing with with the way that he draws and everything like that. There's just uh, there you go. That's the one.
Yeah, that's 21. Next Man 21. That's the book you want.
Okay, yeah, I knew it was one of those. But yeah, my LCS also had a short box that had Hellboy on it, and so I was like, I like the art. Like Mike Mignola, can't go wrong with that. So I've got a short box that has Hellboy on it. But other than that, I know nothing about Hellboy.
So, are you if you don't know a lot about a character, what do you end up kind of like trending towards? Are you going to end up trying to get some single issues, or are you going to end up trying to go for like a trade paperback?
I usually go the trade paperback route. If I like the trade paperback enough to get the single issues, to be like, you know what, I do want to collect the key issues or the single issues and look at all the covers that are there. Because I like the story. It's not so much more cover buys for me. It's more of did the story grab me? If it grabbed me, then I'm definitely going to take the time to individually search after all these comics than to just buy it in trade paperbacks. So
Right. So, I would definitely say like the big four Hellboy like trade paperbacks that I would suggest you, since you're not like a huge Hellboy fan, like some, but you don't know more, outside of like the movies that came out. So
right,
the Seed of Destruction, which is his origin story, his first solo title, and that one pretty much correlates with the first Ron Perlman movie, Hellboy. So
okay,
that's where the movie was kind of like taking its like initial like route from. So Seed of Destruction is the big one. And then the next one I would probably say would probably be you could probably go with the Wild Hunt, which is what the 2019 movie with Dan Harbour or David Harbour, who was Hopper from the um, Stranger Things series. The Wild Hunt is really good, um,
yeah.
really good, and that's where you get like a big first appearance of the Blood Queen,
Oh, okay,
which is a good book. And
yeah,
then
because she didn't make any sense to me. I was just like, okay, she just wants to see everything in blood, I guess.
Yeah, so she's just like the Wild Hunt story takes a lot of folklore from the Merlin King Arthur like folklore story. So like during that time, you have Merlin, which is an ambassador and like personal confidant and like all that kind of stuff to King Arthur. And then the Blood Queen, Nimue, actually in folklore was somebody that he actually fell in love with, but she ends up like basically turning crazy and he ends up having to kill her kind of thing. So like the Hellboy series and like the entire universe has a lot of folklore info that is like used as reference to kind of bring about the Hellboy universe. That's why Mike Mignola does like the supernatural stuff, because like it deals with witches and King Arthur and like just a whole bunch of like Lovecraft stuff and like the monsters kind of thing. So that's where that info kind of comes from. So Seed of Destruction, The Wild Hunt. The next one that I probably would suggest would be Darkness Calls and Wake the Devil. Those would be the 4 big ones that I would suggest you'd want to get like the trade paperback to read. That's really cool. And then I spoke about it earlier today in the live. Another good one that I've read recently within the past years called Hellboy Goes to Hell. So it kind of like ties into the Wild Hunt. Nimue actually kills Hellboy. She removes his heart. She like reaches in his chest and pulls his heart out, and he's like, oh shit. And then he dies and he goes to hell. And then you start like this whole like transition of him trying to work his way out of hell. And then he's going on all these little adventures in hell. It's kind of like Dante's Inferno, where Dante has a vision and Virgil takes him through all the levels of hell. It's kind of similar in that aspect. So, but yeah, that is the reading material I would suggest if you want something new Hellboy related. Those are all really super awesome.
Okay, well, I've got them written down. So, dude, thank you so much for letting me hop on and just say what's up. Thank you for the Hellboy comic knowledge. I will definitely take this into use, and I'll probably be picking up Seed of Destruction first.
Definitely the way to go.
One word I should probably start is Seed of Destruction.
Yeah, it's the origin. So that's where you're going to get his entire background story and all that kind of stuff. First appearance of Liz Sherman, Abe Sapien, and Rasputin. It's the one you want to start with.
Yeah, and in the movies, Abe Sapien was one of my favorite characters. So I thought that's awesome.
Yeah, he's pretty cool, dude. Like this fish dude, he just wants to eat rotten eggs. Like that's gross, but like whatever. So Adrian, thanks for stopping by, man. And I'm going to send you the invite next week. All right, you're going to get it. TMNT, I'm doing it, and hopefully we can get a whole bunch of people in here to talk about it. So, thanks for stopping by, bro.
Bearded Comic Bro Greg, he's really into TMNT. Dustin, two brothers.
Let's see if we can get Dustin in here, because he ain't been hopping on and saying hi or nothing. So I don't know what I did to him, but Greg was in here earlier and he was talking about Hellboy with us, so he's gonna get an invite too.
Dustin's just a really busy guy. His son is still in baseball, so. He's there every day after work trying to improve his son's baseball game. And his son is only 5 years old, and they're out on the field almost every day. So,
oh Lord,
yeah.
All right, man.
Anyways, take it easy, man. Thank you so much. I'll be back next Monday.
All right, man. Take care. Thanks for stopping by.
All right, later, man.
Later. There you go, Adrian Panda Awesome. Guys, go check him out. He's a really cool dude. He's probably like the nicest. I'm going to say it. He's probably the nicest member of our comic book community. Dude is super awesome. Makes time for a lot of people. Panda, you awesome. There you go. All right, folks. Well, I think that was like a really good stopping point for the show. Like, that was awesome. So, if you didn't already know, based on like the last half hour, all right, next week's Monday Night Jibber Jabber, I'm talking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. All right, That's what it's going to be about. Come over next Monday night, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We're going to talk about the movies. We're going to talk about the comics. We're going to talk about the news, because there's a lot of news and there's a lot of stuff going on with TMNT nowadays. So I'm going to see you guys next week. Also, new video coming out Thursday for regular comic book content, if you didn't already know. There you go. All right, folks. I'm Vincent McLean, the Comic Machine, and I'm going to catch you guys next time. Have a good night.